Oh God. Hello everybody. I'm Ivan.
And I'm Brittany.
Uh so uh
This totally isn't the second time we're doing this intro.
so first of
After,
all, my camera kept going out. Uh
yeah, we were having camera
my
issues for
yeah,
like 45 minutes.
my DSLR kept going out because it overheated. And then
And
and then
then
now we're restarting the recording because I fucked up and forgot to change the input for
audio.
her audio. So
So
I
we,
have
we, we've done an hour recording. We have an hour recording of just you seeing me talking but hearing nothing.
yes.
So this entire time, we were talking about all this stuff, and we continue with one of those subjects. We'll actually be restarting it.
Yeah.
But some of those other subjects we talked about probably are. Some of them are for the better. We don't have them in the video, but it's whatever.
Yeah, we talked about some
Um,
political stuff, which we'll not get into again.
yeah.
Right now we're
Maybe
talking
another one down the line of another episode, but
when something
not this episode.
when something big happens again, which is
Yeah.
not as rare as it should be.
For our country, anyway. Preface
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. So, yeah, technical issues. We've lost an hour of recording, and now we have to make up an hour and a half. So, which
So-
luckily we have plenty of stuff we can talk about, so we'll be fine.
At least I do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, I'm the one that brought up Street Fighter.
That's also true.
But yeah, to restart our Street Fighter conversation. So, yeah. I've been playing a lot of Cammy.
And so have I.
Yeah. And we were talking about our gripes with Modern and how we find it stupid.
Yeah, because we're sort of veteran players who have been playing fighting games for a while now.
Yeah, I was going to say, not a Street Fighter veteran for myself, but I've been playing a lot of fighting games in general for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And I find Modern just as I don't want to learn, I just want to play Dragon Ball FighterZ and sit there pressing one button.
Yeah.
Because, as much as I hate to say it, Ivan isn't wrong with saying that FighterZ is very basic where you can just sit there pressing one button. But if you want to do a lot of the cool, flashy, technical shit, you have to go and actually start learning your buttons.
Yeah.
And that's a very hard thing to get out of if you start doing that. So I just force myself to do it right off the go. Because it's easier.
Yeah.
So,
But as I also mentioned again, it's that for me specifically, because I play on.
You fight with a stick.
Because I play with this thing, it's a lot easier for me and a lot more practical for me to play with classic controllers rather than modern.
Yeah.
Even though I can use pad, that is something I am able to do. I'm just more comfortable with this. Yeah.
And there's no point to switch off of something you're not comfortable of if you don't have to.
Yeah. Because, like, again, if I'm at, like, a friend's house or something like that, or I'm at my cousin's house playing Street Fighter, because I have done that before. I have gone to a cousin's house and played Street Fighter before. That's kind of how I got into Street Fighter, actually. I have to use pad.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But and I sort of started fighting games on pad because that's all I had at the time.
Right.
And then I got an arcade
stick. Well, to be fair, for a lot of people, Fight Stick is just kind of similar to arcade. So if you grew up doing arcade fighting, you're used to Fight Stick already.
Yeah, that's why most of the world uses arcade stick, is because of the arcades. Because that's where, like, people grew up playing fighting games.
Their games.
In the arcades.
Yeah.
That's why most like Korean players, most Japanese players, most Pakistani players, most American players, they play with arcade stick.
Yeah. A lot of your veteran players, we should add. If you're a newer player, you're probably not going to use arcade stick.
I mean, like, there are newer players that do use arcade stick because like that's sort of ingrained in the
fighting game community.
Yeah. there are a lot of players out there, specifically in like the little bit more developed countries. So like in Germany, in France, in England, over here in the U.S. A lot more, sort of in Mexico, uh, in the Middle East actually, and a lot of Africa, or in like South Africa. A lot of players are actually bad players
Yep.
because in those places arcades are not as common, and if they are, it's mostly like dance machines and Toho machines,
Yeah.
not
But
really
then you
like
go,
fighting game
but if you
machines.
go like over to Japan or Korea, you're gonna see a lot more fight sticks. You're gonna see a lot more arcades. You're gonna see a lot of that.
Yeah. So like, there are a lot of pad players nowadays, and like Evo 2014, I think, for Street Fighter 4 was was like the first ever won by a pad player, and then after that, it's pretty much been only pad players, except for like one or two Evos where it was like Tokido or something like that, who
Right.
ended up winning. But it's pretty much been mostly pad players winning Evo.
Right. Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that pad is superior, because it's definitely not. It just has
I
its
wouldn't call either
advantages.
one superior. They have both of their ups and downs.
Yeah. The thing that a lot of people are switching to nowadays is hitbox,
Right.
which surprisingly enough, I don't have a hitbox to show off. I know
Yeah.
with the 13 arcade sticks I have, none of them are hitbox.
Right.
I do have a mix box that I can show off. Okay, there goes Blake.
She's biting my arm. So
Yeah, I noticed. So yeah, I can show off my mix box to give you some semblance of like what the hell
right.
I'm talking about. But like the thing is with hitbox is that like uh a lot of like charge character players, they tend they're the ones who like started the big craze with hitbox, because
Right.
because of the fact that like you can simultaneously press left and right, so you can like be walking forward and still charge.
Right.
And you can technically do that with pad. It's a little bit more difficult. You would have to like sort of
Yeah.
claw.
You have to claw, and you have to get around the fucking analog.
No, you would have to be using the analog.
Oh yeah, you got do like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So like pad players were able to do that since pretty much the beginning. But like because of the fact that it started to get into because of the fact that it's a little bit difficult to do it on pad,
yeah.
they didn't really take it into consideration. But now that we have digital or all button arcade sticks, it's there have been a lot of like weird rulings, uh, and stuff like that uh, for for hitbox and pad and whatnot,
Right.
and mixbox and it's really difficult, because like like you need to check if it has SOCD clearing or not, and like not everybody has that, not every stick has that, not everybody has the knowledge of how to do it.
Right.
But so like so some tournaments they end up banning it. A lot of there are a couple of like big tournaments. I think CEO, uh, or not CEO. I think Evo actually did end up banning hitbox for Street Fighter. I don't know why, but they did.
Got no idea on that one.
Yeah, I think they specifically like banned like homemade hitboxes.
Okay.
I could be mistaken. Uh, like you need to get like a pre-made hitbox either from the hitbox company, hitbox,
Right.
or something like the snack box
Yeah.
or the Empress or something like that. And
Yeah.
a lot of players, a lot of top players do end up using them, like
Mhm.
Tokido. He won Evo last year. He uses a he uses a snack box,
Right.
and that's a hitbox style arcade stick.
Right.
But that's mainly for Street Fighter. It's also for a lot. There are also a lot of like anime fighter players, like Melty Blood or Blaze Blue. Not really Dragon Ball because Dragon Ball's a bit different.
Well, with fighters, it's a lot simpler.
Yeah, same thing with Guilty Gear.
I would say there are some things in Guilty Gear that I could see people using, like uh, the stick or even the box, but it's not that hard.
Yeah, like I still use this for Guilty Gear. Um, I I've started using it, yeah, I started using using it for when I started playing Blaze Blue. That's what I was using, but I've sort of switched to pad for Blaze Blue.
Blaze Blue is a weird one.
Yeah, I'm
And I've
definitely
noticed almost no one plays cross tag anymore. They've kind of gone back to, I think it's Chrono Phantasma.
yeah, or no, well,
Or is it Central Fiction?
Central Friction is the one right before uh, the cross tag.
Okay, so I had them backwards. Yeah, so it was Central Fiction I meant.
Yeah, but then again, recently, Central Chrono Phantasma did get crossplay, so a lot of people did.
Okay, that's a weird thing for them to suddenly get.
Yeah, all of the all of the Blaze Blue games now have crossplay,
Oh, so
except
they just did a general update to all of them, just being like,
yeah,
here you go, have fun.
or not crossplay. What's it called? Rollback. There we go.
Oh,
Rollback.
rollback net, yeah.
Yeah, it has rollback net play. All of them have rollback net play now, except for BB Tag for some reason. It, yeah, BB Tag is just like an amalgamation of like all kinds of weird.
Cross tag was fun. It had its problems though.
Yeah, we've gone in depth before of our gripes with cross tag.
Yeah, some characters were very overpowered.
Yeah,
And
and
still are.
yeah, like
Looks at Noelle.
Ruby.
Noelle, I didn't believe my brother when he said Noelle was broken, and I tried her. I played her for an hour, and I literally had her most difficult combo string down already.
Damn.
And it's just like, okay. And then you go play her like her best friend. I can't remember her name right now. Squirrel Girl. I cannot remember her name.
Makoto.
Yeah, Makoto. I played Makoto, and I was like, oh, she's a lot harder because she has charges. Like, she has back charges, and she has a whole weird string of shit.
Yeah.
And she's actually fun. But you look at Noelle, and it's just like, you're just easy. Like,
Yeah, I mean, like I haven't really seen a lot of Noel players when I see like BB Tag tournaments, which is also very rare. But I did
well,
see
and
a
I think to be
lot of
fair, is
Ruby.
because I think most people have come to the general acceptance of Noelle's not fun to play.
No, the game itself is just not fun to play because everybody just plays Ruby and Noel and Gang,
And you had me over here who played Makoto Weiss, who was the weird one of the Ruby team. Like, Weiss was the weird one. She was the technical one that took a lot of learning and setup to figure out.
Yeah.
Like, she's the setup character, which makes her really hard to use, but if you can use her really well, she is disgusting.
And then you have me over here with the giant monster with thick arms. That's a grappler.
The big characters. Yeah. All of the big characters were fucking annoying because they could hit you cross screen, but you can't hit them.
No. And that was the fun thing. But the
like,
thing
you could literally sit there just going, yeah, you can't touch me, ha ha ha, and it's like
yeah, but the second you get a cross up, they're dead.
Oh yeah, the second you hit them, then it's like, well, fuck.
Yeah, because they're big body. That wasn't a thing from the games that they're from. Like Merkava's top tier in Unist, freaking Susano, who is not in the game for some reason. I want him in the game.
Cause it's not gonna happen.
I know.
Stopped.
Yeah, it's Susano, my main from CF.
Yeah.
He was like one of the best characters in the game. Which I did not know when I started playing the game. The only reason I even played him is because he's a combination of my two other mains from the previous game.
Yeah. I think when you and I played Central Fiction, I want to say I was playing Noelle at the time, but I ended up going to someone else. I can't remember who.
Yeah. From what I remember, you were playing pretty much only Noelle.
Maybe it was after you and I stopped playing that I picked up another main. I don't remember.
Probably.
Because I know if I go back now, I'm probably either going to play Makoto or someone else. Granted, in Central Fiction, Noelle's not nearly as brain dead.
Yeah. I think you might have played like Izanagi or something like that.
Maybe. I don't remember. It's been how many years since we played Central Fiction together?
Like 6 or 7.
Yeah. I'm not going to remember that. So, I know we played it. I don't remember who I played.
Yeah, I remember when I first played again, when we first played together, like, I didn't have a main at the time.
Yeah. I think that was both of us picking up Central Fiction or something.
Yeah.
Because I think at the time, we were going to play Chrono Phantasma, and we were having a lot of problems with that, and you were like, here, just get Central Fiction, it should be better.
No, actually, it was Calamity Trigger that we were having problems with.
Right, it was Calamity Trigger.
Because Calamity Trigger, for some fucking reason, didn't have an online.
Yeah.
For PC.
For some fucking reason. Yeah, specifically for PC.
It didn't make any fucking sense. Like, why don't you have it online? You're a fighting game.
And then I think I tried out Chrono Phantasma with my brother. It didn't work because it's weird. Fucking, we had a controller plugged in and everything. But he would try to use keyboard or something, and it wouldn't read the other controller. We're just like, all right. And then we went to Central Fiction, and then everything was fine.
No. We never played Central Fiction. It was Chrono Phantasma that we ended up playing.
Oh, then it must have been the Trigger one. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I remember one of them. I think it was that one with the no online that we were having problems with the fucking controllers.
Yeah.
That me and my brother were having troubles. Yeah. So we've never played Central Fiction.
Yeah, we've never played Central Fiction. We played Chrono Phantasma because at that time I told you.
I think it goes to that thing. We should probably fix that at some point.
Yeah. We definitely need to play.
If we ever get that stream going that we said we were going to do, how many months ago?
Yeah.
And I think we've brought it up in an episode saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna start streaming eventually."
We've mentioned it in multiple episodes now.
We'll get around to it. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't even think we have the Twitch channel set up.
I mean, like, I have my channel set up. I don't know if you have yours.
I have mine.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point.
See, well, we have two choices: either Twitch or YouTube.
I'm like,
and YouTube streaming would make the mods easier.
Yeah.
Because they'd just be recorded right off the bat.
Yeah.
But Twitch, they both have their ups and downs.
Yeah.
And it depends on the game we're playing, how many people would actually even give a crap.
Yeah. I still
But
have
we're
that.
doing it for fun. We're not doing it for the publicity.
Yeah, I still have that clip of me on my channel of the double perfect against Dante in CP.
I've actually I've a couple of times now almost gotten a perfect in Street Fighter 6. I've gotten very close. And then they'd start doing some stupid shit, like they'll just start grab spamming or something, and it's just like, alright.
Just grab spam back.
Yeah, that's true.
Once they start grab spamming, just mash grab.
You just literally, yeah. Anymore, if I'm like on the ground and I'm getting up, I'm just sitting there doing this,
Yeah.
just spamming my grab, because I'm like, I know you're gonna go for it, so I'm just gonna start spamming it.
Yeah.
Because that's so fucking readable anymore. It's like people are like, oh, I'm gonna get right on top of you while you're getting up, so I can grab you, and it's just like, no, stop it.
There's another Blaze Blue. I'm forgetting what it's called. Because there's 4 before
Yeah.
before tag. I don't
Yeah.
know if it was just called Blaze Blue or if it had a secondary title. Because there's Calamity Trigger, there's Central Friction, Chrono Phantasma,
Right.
or Chrono Phantasma, but then Central Friction. There was one before Calamity Trigger.
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember it for the life of me.
I need to check if I have it or not.
Well, while you're checking,
Continuum Shift.
oh, okay, yeah. Continuum shift. Okay.
Yeah, okay. That came before Calamity Trigger. I was about to say Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger is a good game. Definitely recommend it to people. It is not the game we're talking about, though.
No, it's not. We're not talking about Akira Toriyama here.
Okay, so speaking of Square... Okay, so completely gonna side rail here.
Okay.
So, speaking of Square Enix, Super Mario RPG Remaster.
Oh, yeah!
Gotta bring that up, because both of us are huge RPG players.
Not for Mario.
No, but it's still huge Square Enix news, because no one thought we were fucking going to get a fucking Super Mario RPG remake for the original.
Yeah, nobody saw this coming.
Like, when we got the Direct and everyone saw the trailer, the original, like, old cinematic for the intro of Super Mario RPG, I kid you not, everyone lost their collective fucking minds. Including myself! And I've never played Super Mario RPG.
Yeah, neither
because I know how big of a fucking thing this is, because it's Square and Nintendo working together.
Again!
And we get to see... Yes, and we get to see Geno. He's back. Everyone got their wish. Geno's back. Shut up about him in Smash now. We got Geno. Even though I agree, he would have been fun. He absolutely would have been fun.
He's in... Okay, my mom was calling. Whatever. I'll call her back later. He's in one of the like Project M mods, and I have played him in it. He's decent. He's a bit weird though.
Right.
But yeah, like I had I had Shane and Johnny and Jaren over.
Yeah.
For the to watch the Direct, and like we they went pretty insane for Mario RPG.
Yeah.
And then also that new Mario game, Mario Wonders, I think it's called.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
I like it. It looks like fun. Also, finally, Daisy's playable.
I will admit, that did take me off guard.
Like we're just like sitting there watching the trailer, just like, hey that thing, and I scream, oh my god, Daisy!
Yeah. So.
Like I legitimately really do love Daisy. like Daisy and Luigi are like the best like Mario characters.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can see it on my shelf, like right there. They're the only Mario amiibos on my shelf,
Yeah.
like right there. There's no other Mario amiibo. Okay, there's Yoshi's right here, but
Yeah.
they're yarn Yoshis, so that's different. But there's no other Mario amiibo up there. Those are the only two. I,
Um. So.
also, Tears of the Kingdom. I have not played it yet.
Neither have I. I actually have never touched Breath of the Wild, which surprises people.
Neither have I. I have it on the Wii U. Because I sort of stole the copy from Shane.
So I've had so many people being like, "Oh, you should play Breath of the Wild. You should definitely try it. It's amazing." Like, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, but I prefer like Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time. Like, I prefer the older games for Zelda anymore.
Yeah, like I
like, don't
I
get me
do
wrong.
like the
I
other
understand that Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask are similar, or Breath of the Wild is similar to them. It's not the same.
Yeah.
Because the thing I liked about Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, or specifically with Ocarina of Time, is you could flip from the past and the present, or the past and the future. You could flip at whenever you wanted, and you needed to. Which in my first playthrough, I didn't know that, and I didn't realize that I wasn't stuck as an adult Link, because as adult Link, if you don't get the stuff you need as child Link, you lose out on a lot of stuff you can even do.
Yeah.
Like, you straight up can't progress in the game. You get hard lock in everything. I haven't finished Ocarina of Time. The last thing I did was Shadow Temple.
I think same for me, actually. Like I
Shadow
got
Temple is where I finished. The reason I didn't finish it is I had to sell my 3DS.
oh I think I think the reason I didn't finish it, I did own the 3DS copy.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, because recently I had to sell a lot of my consoles and my games, which I did not like doing. I had to sell a lot of stuff I've worked hard to get. I had to sell my Xbox, my 3DS. Luckily, I still have the one from when Tyler was around.
Yeah.
I'm not getting rid of that one.
Hell no.
I have told myself I'm not getting rid of the first ever 3DS I got that was mine.
Also sentimental value.
It might be broken. I don't care. It could be snapped in half. I don't care.
Granted, I will fix it. Granted, I will fix it someday.
Also, speaking of fixing 3DSs, I actually need to bring up the 3DS I got from my boyfriend because he gave me his has a broken right trigger.
Oof.
Yeah. The trigger doesn't read. That's the problem. Is it doesn't read the 8-click. Trigger still works. It just does not read it.
Yeah, that started to become sort of a little bit of a problem for me.
And the problem is I'm like, oh, it's fine. But then I remembered, oh wait, I can't play Monster Hunter because Monster Hunter uses the right bumper to sprint.
Ooh.
Because it uses the triggers as one is your camera, so to lock on to creatures as you're fighting them, and the other is your sprint. I don't remember if you can switch that. Because if you can, I'm fine. I don't use the lock-on system in Monster Hunter anymore. I've not used it since World. But that's Monster Hunter. That's a conversation that's more spit for me and Dante and people that actually play Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I've literally only ever played Rise, and I've played like, I don't know, half an hour of the game.
Yeah.
Even though I have both Special Edition Pro controllers for it. I have both the original one with the Rathian on it, and then I also have the Sunbreak one.
Yep.
Yeah. That aside, the hell were we talking about?
We were talking about Mario.
We were for a second,
Wonder, stuff like that.
and
And then you were talking about amiibos.
then we started talking about Zelda.
Oh, we were talking about Breath of the Wild and how I prefer
Right. Okay.
Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask.
Yeah. Oh, 3DSs. That's what we're talking about.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I was actually having that L button problem with my what's it called, the Wedge, the 2DS,
Yes.
because because of the fact that I played so much Smash with it.
Yeah, you in Smash. So I don't think people realize in Smash, you would mash the fuck out of your left bumper.
Not me, because
or you would at least press it a lot. You would hold it a lot.
So for me, this was a jump button.
Right? Yeah, you were different because I had. Granted, I had my controls weird too. I didn't use tap jump because it kind of fucks with you trying to do short hops sometimes. Because sometimes you would go for an up tilt and instead you'd do a short hop.
Yeah. So for me, I had tap jump off. I had L and Y as jump.
Yep.
And then
I had L. I think I had L as grab.
L as grab was default.
Yeah, because I think I had default except for the tap jump. I know I turned that off.
Yeah. The reason
I think you had to turn on right analog smash, like if you were playing with on the Wii U. I think you had to have that on.
Yeah.
To be able to do the right analog smash.
Yeah, specifically like with the nub.
Which that was fun. Right, you do smash attacks with the nub.
Yeah. And then I also had Y as grab.
So you had X as jump?
X is jump and Y is grab, yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, because how are you grabbing and jumping?
I for some reason I forgot I was holding a Pro controller and not an Xbox controller. I don't know. Great. I don't know why. I legitimately completely forgot I was holding a Switch Pro controller rather than my Xbox controller, which is over here. Because that has Y at the top.
Yeah. Which is the only thing that's ever shared between all controllers is the X button.
Yeah. But
X is the only button that's ever shared between all controllers.
Yeah, but it's in different positions in everything. So on this one,
because Nintendo and Xbox share A, B, X, Y, whereas Sony especially has X, O squared triangle.
Yeah. So yeah, this for this it's on the left. For the Switch, it's on the right or on the top.
Yep.
For GameCube, it's on the right. And then
also, let's not mention the fact that I think they all have their analog sticks in different places.
Well, for Switch and Xbox, it's the same.
Yeah, because they finally stuck with it. So now PlayStation's the fun one with the analog sticks here.
Yeah, and then again, you have this monstrosity.
Yeah. Well, and to be fair, with some games on PlayStation, it's actually nicer to have your analog sticks here. Specifically, like for one of the games I like to play is Demon's Souls. It's nice to be able to do this because I don't have to claw grip as hard. I still have to claw grip, but it's with this hand, which I would have to do no matter what controller I use, because this side's usually always universal. It's this side that changes. So, and I haven't played Dark Souls or any of the Souls-like games in a while because I've been busy with Street Fighter, I've been busy with Final Fantasy XIV, I've been busy with a lot of games.
Speaking of busy with a lot of games, I've been playing a lot of Fire Emblem.
That makes sense. I'm also surprised we haven't heard anything of a new Fire Emblem game yet.
Because we just came out with one.
Did we?
Engage.
Oh, yeah, no, I haven't. You think I'd remember that? You think I'd remember picking up Engage and enjoying it?
I haven't too. I haven't played it yet.
It's a lot of fun. It's so much fun.
I know. I need to play it, But I've been playing.
And you can use your Fire Emblem amiibos with it.
You can do that in Three Houses too.
Yep.
I've been playing.
That's actually why.
Three Houses
I actually found
nonstop.
out. So Engage is what made Nintendo finally remake those amiibos, like Robin and all those older ones. That's what got them to remake it, was Engage, because they wanted people to be able to use them. And I'm like, thank you, because now I can get my Robin amiibo. I still need to get Corrin though. No, I think I got Corrin. No,
yeah,
I didn't.
you.
Did I?
Didn't you get the female one?
I did. You're right. Yep.
Yeah, I have both.
Yeah, cause see, here's my Robin, who they still never made a player 2 for.
Yeah, they only made player 2s for the DLCs.
Which is fucking stupid in my opinion, but whatever.
Oh, and also for Steve, who was also a DLC, but still.
Oh, it was so funny. So bringing up Steve. So I was out in PA with my boyfriend earlier last month, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're at a GameStop, because I'm like, I like to go into the GameStop, see what the other states have, because sometimes they might have an amiibo that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And there was this kid that came up, and he went over to the Nintendo section, because as kids do.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, look, it's a Minecraft amiibo for the game Minecraft. And I'm like, oh, you poor soul, you have no idea. And I didn't say anything. And he's like, I want this Minecraft amiibo so I can use it with Minecraft.
It doesn't work for Minecraft, boy.
No, it doesn't. And I had to sit there, and I'm chuckling, and my boyfriend looks at me, and he's like, what are you laughing about? And I'm like, this kid thinks that's a Minecraft amiibo for Minecraft. He's like, is it not? And I'm like, no, it's for not. Smash. It's for Smash Bros. And he's like, oh, that poor kid. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not going to tell them. I'll let the parents find out the hard way.
Yeah.
And then the parents like, oh, we don't have the money for that. And I'm like, you motherfuckers.
It's $40.
Is it? Not $40. I think it's $30.
It's $40. I have it. I know how much I spent on it.
Fair enough. I'm gonna find my Corrin amiibo. My cat probably fucking knocked it. So I'm like, nope, there it is. I found it.
Yeah. See, I knew you had female Corrin.
Oh, I knew I did too. I don't know where she got kind of knocked off her spot from. Because I have a little shit sitting in my lap right now who likes to knock over my amiibos.
I wish I had one of those.
What, cat?
Yes.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
I didn't have Blake when you came out and visited, did you?
Yeah.
Did I? Okay. I couldn't remember if I had her, because she's only going to be a year old this year.
Okay,
because I know you met the dogs.
Yeah, I definitely met the dogs.
Because what, you came out...
December.
Yeah, then I definitely had her. Yeah, because that was for my birthday. Because I was going to go see my boyfriend for my birthday.
Right, yeah, okay.
So, yeah, no, I had Blake. You met her.
Yeah.
A little fucking chaotic fluff ball. I likes to claw my hand up. I don't know if you could see that.
A little bit, yeah.
So,
yeah, and I've been seeing a lot of like cat videos on shorts.
I actually recently found out that from my therapist, because I talk to her every now and then, and I won't go into details of what we talk about, but she actually said she could write a official note certifying my cat as an emotional support animal. So I can have my cat as an ESA, and that means that I can take her wherever I live, and they can't deny her.
Yeah.
So, and my boyfriend's like, that'll be at least nice for you, and I'm like, yeah, because it means I don't have to worry about losing her.
Fair.
Because I'm sorry, I'm not gonna put her through a shelter or anything like that if I don't have to.
Yeah.
Because she's a rescue. We saved her from a cornfield where she was very malnourished and probably would not have lasted.
Mm.
And I brought her back up to health, and I adopted her. So, and she's lived with me since she was about 2 weeks old.
Mm.
She was a very young kitten when we got her.
Damn.
And she's so much healthier now. Like, as you can see, like, she'll be running around all over here. Yeah. Super energetic. So, and even when I took her, whenever I took her to the vet for her shots, they even said they were surprised how healthy she is.
That's
And I
good.
said it's because and I made sure for the first couple weeks I had her, I gave her the normal kitten stuff, which is wet food, milk, and then I slowly switched her over to water and dry food, and now that's all she does.
Hmm.
Um, so unfortunately, with how money has been really tight, I've had to improvise with food for her. Which luckily they can eat like raw meat, whatnot. That's fine for them.
Yeah.
Um, and whatnot. And so I'll sometimes take like a little bit of beef or something, and I'll at least heat it up so that it gets the diseases out, and I'll just give that to her
Hmm.
because it gives her the nutrients she needs. It may not be the perfect amount of nutrients she needs, but it gives her food at least.
And like cans of tuna cost like $1.
This is also true.
Back to my Fire
Got
Emblem.
heavily sidetracked.
back to my
Again.
Fire Emblem dilemma.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Fire Emblem.
I've been playing Three Houses nonstop for the past 2 months.
Jesus.
Yeah. So so Mo, I don't know if you remember Muhammad.
I do.
Yeah, he started he said that about 2 months ago he started talking to me about Three Houses and how he's been like getting back into it. It's like, oh yeah, yeah, I remember I bought it like way back when I bought my Switch. That was like literally the second game I ever bought, uh, and I haven't played it since. So
Jesus.
let me start playing it again, and then I've just been playing it nonstop for the past 2 months, and I'm on my third playthrough of the game.
Yeah, because don't you have to do like 4 playthroughs to get every ending?
Yeah, you have to do Black Eagles twice, and then you got to do Golden Deer and Blue Lions. You can choose whichever path you want to go with first, second, or third. Like you don't have to.
Yeah, but either way, for that 4th playthrough, you have to play the Golden Eagles,
Uh, Bla- uh, Black Eagles.
Black Eagles.
Yeah, you for the final playthrough you have to do Black Eagles again.
Yep.
So I started with Black Eagles, finished that, and when I was doing that playthrough, I wasn't playing it properly.
Oof.
Like I was just doing random stuff. I was just doing
You were just playing it like you would any other Fire Emblem game, just having fun.
yeah, because like I didn't have that registered in my head that I should be playing Three Houses the way that Three Houses is supposed to be played. Where
Yeah, because especially if it's like your first time playing the game, and you say come from like Awakening or Conquest or Birthright, they are very different than Three Houses.
yeah, but here's the thing: I'm not coming from Awakening, Fates, and
Or any of the other ones.
or Echoes. I'm coming from the GBA games and
Which
the
is even harder.
yeah, and the Radiant series. So like, I'm coming from a little bit more OG Fire Emblem rather than modern Fire Emblem. So like,
Yeah.
it was a little bit difficult
I
for
don't know
me
if
to
I'd call
adjust.
Awakening and Fates modern anymore.
No,
They're
that's
not retro. They're not retro, but they're not modern either.
no, they're still modern Fire Emblem. Anything like Awakening onward is modern Fire Emblem.
For now,
No, not for now.
because they will. We will eventually hit a point where they will get put with the retro games.
No,
Because remember, those older Fire Emblem games used to be modern.
I mean, like, fair.
Like, to be fair, there are people I know that call like Final Fantasy 12 a retro game, and I'm like, not really, because not if you include Zodiac Age, because that is a modern-ish game.
Yeah, but 12 was on the PS2, dude.
I'm aware. I'm aware of how old the game is.
I have it.
I do too.
I have the Steelbook edition.
I don't have the steelbook. Fuck you. That's something I do want. I do want that steelbook, but
It's not as rare.
I have well, it's not as rare for most people. For me, though, I have to either go online or I have to get lucky at a game store.
There's like a couple of game stores near your boyfriend. You can definitely find them there.
Oh, I'm sure, but I don't live near my boyfriend.
I know, but like when you go out there next time.
Yeah, there's a couple of retro game stores that we went to. and that's where I learned. So, Pokemon, switching to that for a minute. Pokemon Black and White have skyrocketed in price.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were $140 now.
Because nostalgia.
Nostalgia, and I'm actually finding out a lot of people in the Pokemon community are calling Black and White some of the most perfect Pokemon games since Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
Yeah, like, Black and White was literally the peak of Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
After that, it started to go downhill.
Yeah. Even Black 2 and White 2 are really good.
Yeah.
I haven't
played 5 or 4.
So, Pokemon Sinnoh region, just play Platinum. Just play Platinum. Don't even touch Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, I know.
Gen 5, it really is just down to personal preference because all 4 of them are good games.
Yeah.
It really just comes down to who you want as a legendary. Yeah. If you want Zekrom, play Pokemon White. If you want Reshiram, play Pokemon Black. Which I do like that idea of going with the whole opposites.
Yeah.
But then Gen 6 with X and Y, that's when everyone was just like, okay, what direction are you guys taking here? Because I completed Pokemon X in less than a day. All the way through.
You really grind these games, man.
No grinding. Literally, it was just me getting Pokemon, going. That was it. There was no grinding.
I don't mean grinding as in like RPG grinding. I mean grinding as in.
I just go through the game as fast as possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's actually seriously come to me of actually picking up speedrunning, just seeing how well I could do, seeing how as I like to go through Pokemon in less than a day.
Seeing how you finished Fates in a night.
Conquest. I finished that
and Conquest for that matter.
Literally, I got it, I think, in the afternoon. The next day, I gave it back to Ivan saying I was done.
Literally the next morning, not even later in the day. The next morning.
I sat through that game. I literally just didn't stop. And I've actually considered a couple of games to debate speedrunning. Like, for one of them was Final Fantasy XII. And I looked at what the general time crunch on that was. And I'm like, I don't have, like, 8 hours I can just set aside for a speedrun of that.
And that's 8 hours in succession.
Not including any reruns you have to do, any fails, anything like that where you have to start over.
Yeah.
So, like, say you're doing a speedrun and you get a game over. Well, you gotta reset.
Yep.
Unless it's for a specific glitch where you need to die to cause a wrong warp or something. That's different.
Yeah.
Wrong warping is a very difficult thing sometimes. Depending on the game. Because some games it's easier, some games it's harder.
Yeah.
Like I know for Elden Ring, there's a wrong warp you can do to get like to the end of the game. But it's very difficult.
So in my current Blue Lions playthrough of the game, there's this. So in every in all the playthroughs, there's like this one fuckboy character.
Yeah.
That like nobody likes.
Right.
In Black Eagles, it was Ferdinand. In Golden Deer was Lawrence, the purple hair dude. That looks weird. And is in Black Eagles or in Blue Lions, his name is Sylvain.
Right.
And people fucking hate this dude. Like, I have a couple of screenshots. I need to.
Yeah, you're good.
I need to read these to you. So this is between him and like the tank character. So he basically starts out the conversation as you are being described as indefensibly worthless.
What the fuck?
That is the like most insane insult without cursing that I've ever seen. indefensibly worthless. that's that's rough, buddy.
Yeah.
And then here's another one from like the cynical asshole character that I've sort of vibed with. Uh, he says, "Well, you're not any different. Good for nothing then, good for nothing now."
God damn.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Characters like that, I just love seeing them eat shit.
Here's another one from that same character. So Sylvain says, "You have to choose, Felix, our friendship or your trading." Felix says, "My trading. Goodbye for now."
What the fuck? Like, what kind of answer is that? Just like, oh yeah, hey, it's either your job or my friendship. Okay, fuck you, bye. Like, what?
It's hilarious. The conversations with this kid.
Oh, yeah. So it's just like, because you don't even have that kind of character in Fates. Like, not that I can think of anyway. Not that I can remember. Because let's be fair, if you're playing Conquest, you're probably playing because of Camilla.
Probably, I don't know. And then here's one from here's one from one of the girls.
Okay.
She says, "How ridiculous! Almost as ridiculous as your face."
What kind of insult is that? Like, that's so weak.
There's another one, and it gets
no.
better.
Oh no. Alright, hit it.
Let me try to find it. So Sylvain says, "Ha! If I get bitten, that's all just part of the game. Heck, I had one girl's brother come after me with the pitchfork." and then the girl Ingrid, she says, "If you end up getting maimed or killed by a pitchfork, don't expect me at your funeral."
What the fuck? Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Like, sure.
Bruh. The amount of
Also,
shit
while you were reading those off, I totally was not trying to order myself dinner.
yeah, I kind of figured.
Well, it's getting to that time, and I haven't eaten dinner yet, and I'm like, well, while he's reading that off, since I need to listen, I'll just quickly go on my phone, try and order food for like 7:45, 7:30, because I don't know what time we'll finish.
Yeah, makes sense.
But
yeah, just the amount of shit this dude gets, it's so bad, it's so funny, and it's all deserved.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So something else I was going to bring up when we were talking about the Direct was Pikmin 4. Because I'm actually really excited for that.
Oh yeah, so am I.
And the fact, okay, this actually really made me happy was when they said Pikmin 1 and 2 are going to be on the Switch now.
Yeah.
So that means you can have Pikmin 1, 2, 3, and 4 all on one console.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, oh, if I get enough money, I'm just going to grab all 4 of them and just binge play through them.
Yeah.
Because I actually played Pikmin 3, the demo, and I was like, this is a lot of fun. And I was like, okay, so I got to pick up Pikmin 3 at some point. That never came because I don't have the money.
Yeah.
And I've had other games holding my attention. But now the Pikmin 4 coming out, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm probably going to grab that. And it looks like it's going to be a lot more expansive, and there's going to be a lot more to do.
Yeah, I played a bit of 3, because I have 3 on the Wii U.
That's what I was originally going to get it on, was Wii U. But then it came to Switch with the remaster? Or just a port? I don't remember.
I think it was just a port. And then
with Pikmin.
Yeah, and then I played a bit of the first one on Dolphin.
Which I guess if I really wanted to play Pikmin 1 and 2, I could just get Dolphin for that, but we also found out Dolphin does not like my computer for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah,
We
that's
tried.
weird.
Like, we were gonna... I don't remember what we were going to play. I think it was Melee.
Probably.
Knowing you and I and you wanting to get me to play something with you on Dolphin, it was probably Melee.
Yeah.
But we sat there, I think, for a good hour trying to figure it out, and we couldn't.
I don't think it was Dolphin. I'm pretty sure it was the Elgato that you had problems with. I don't think it was Dolphin.
No, it was Dolphin. It was both. Remember, I had problems with Dolphin, too.
I don't remember.
Not working.
I don't remember that. But,
this was also 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay, yeah.
It was a while ago.
Yeah.
And the Elgato's even stupider because we've gotten it to work before. That was the thing that really stumped us, is we got it to work on this computer before.
Yeah. But then for some
and we're
reason,
not sure how.
Yeah, but then for some reason, I think there was just like some weird update for the 60S that just made it stop working.
I think it's my OS updated and something changed where it's just like, oh, now it won't work, and it's just like, thanks, Windows.
Yeah, or not the 60S, the 4K. There we go.
Yeah. Because I have one of the... It's not the newest one. It's one of the better ones, though. Which I think it's back over here on my table. I just don't feel like grabbing it.
I have mine right here.
Yeah, that.
Yeah,
but the newer ones, like the super newer ones,
yeah,
the HD60S, that's the one I have, too.
Yeah.
But I think it might be the 4K version.
Probably. Depending on when you got it.
Either way. Yeah. It was one of the newer ones when I got it, which was about 3 years ago. No, 2 years ago.
Then yeah, it's the 4K.
Now, the newer Elgatos are a lot more expensive, and I think they're bigger, too.
Yeah.
Because I'd actually really like... Because the reason I got the Elgato is I wanted to pick up streaming. And specifically on Twitch. And so I'm like, okay, well, if I want to stream Monster Hunter, Pokemon... Because that was when Scarlet came out. No, Sword came out. Because Scarlet's not that old yet. And whatnot, I wanted to be able to play Nintendo games and my PlayStation games easily on stream.
Yeah.
I can still do that with PlayStation. Easily. They have it built in.
Yeah.
For streaming software. But if I want to be able to have a consistent overlay, be able to see Twitch chat, all of that easily, I need to use the Elgato.
Yeah.
So that way I can have it go through OBS and be able to just record all of that. Because the problem I had was we got video but no audio, and we could not figure out why.
Yeah.
So when I get a newer computer, the next time I have like $1,000, $2,000 I can throw at a computer, I'm going to get a nicer gaming desktop, not a fucking laptop. Not making that mistake again. Like, this laptop is nice. It really is, because it's nice for portability. But for gaming, I need a tower.
I mean, like, I'm working I'm working off a gaming laptop, so.
Well, mind you, my laptop is not a gaming laptop.
Okay. Fair.
It is not on the level of yours or even Johnny's, because Johnny's laptop is nice.
Yeah, I mean, like, I do have like a basic, like, actual laptop.
Yeah. I've actually got to talk to my brother, because he has an old tower that he doesn't use anymore, and it has some decent upgrades in there. It needs better RAM sticks, and it needs the one thing it doesn't have, which confuses the fuck out of me, is it does not have Wi-Fi built in. Not
a lot of computers
he did. So when because he built it, he didn't build Wi-Fi because he was just gonna be using a little USB dongle that you just plug into one of the slots that allows it to get Wi-Fi.
Does the board not have a LAN cable?
I'd have to look. I don't know.
His motherboard should have a LAN adapter.
It probably does, but here's the thing. Our internet is downstairs. To run a LAN cable all the way up here, we would need, like, a stupid long LAN cable.
Ah, okay. So he has, like, a Wi-Fi extender.
Yes.
On the back of his computer. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah. So he has something like this.
Yeah.
I'll explain why I have this on hand in a second.
I just like that. Just this. To be fair though, with you having random tech shit lying around, it doesn't surprise me.
The reason why I have this is because just on hand is because I have it. I use it for my 360.
Yep.
Because for some reason someone took out the when my cousin gave it to me because it was his originally.
Right.
For some reason the Wi-Fi card was ripped out of it.
What?
Because this is a Sid 360 Slim, which
Okay.
has Wi-Fi originally, but for some reason the Wi-Fi card was ripped out of it. Because
Weird.
for some reason the Wi-Fi card is not soldered onto the board itself. It's a completely separate board on the outside of the inner casing.
Weird.
Yeah, it's so weird. It doesn't make sense. You could look this up. And,
I'm sure it's easy to find.
Yeah.
So
because of the fact that it doesn't have that, the original 360, like the one that's like right here on the shelf, that I found in the trash, had one on it. It had a Wi-Fi receiver on it, because this original 360 doesn't have Wi-Fi. The original 360 didn't have Wi-Fi. For some reason.
That's weird.
Yeah. And that's normal for the original 360. Because at the time when the original 360 was coming out, Wi-Fi wasn't a full-on thing. People were still using LAN. But when the Slim came out, then they were using a lot more like Wi-Fi, which yeah. So that's why I have this on hand. I actually have two of these. I have a black one too. That's actually plugged into that. But okay, go on with your story.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I just got to get a thing installed in it so that it can get Wi-Fi easier and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, like, there are Wi-Fi boards out there.
Yeah, they're not hard to find at all.
Oh, yeah. You should have. There's probably a Micro Center somewhere in Iowa.
Oh, there is. There's one, I think, over in Dubuque.
Oh, okay.
Or even if not, Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, Des Moines, Waterloo. I'm sure they all have it.
I forgot Des Moines existed.
Most people forget Des Moines exists. We forget it exists.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, if we need to go to the city, we'll go to Iowa City. We forget Des Moines exists. To be fair, if I need to go to the city, I'm either going to Iowa City or I'm going to Cedar Rapids. It's one of the two.
Or Dubuque, which is also closer.
A lot closer, yes. Hell, fucking, I can go to Wisconsin and it's closer than fucking Des Moines.
Yeah, because Des Moines is like way south in terms of Iowa.
I actually think it's almost as far as Chicago sometimes, depending on where you take.
Yeah, I think
because it's like on the southwest side of Iowa, whereas Chicago is just straight south.
No.
Or no.
Chicago is straight east.
I was gonna say, yeah. I have my directions fucked up. Well, for me, Chicago is more south. It's like southeast.
It's way more east than south.
It's still southeast though. It's more east-south, but yeah. Anyway.
I mean, like it's a direct shot on the I-90, and the I-90 is kind of parallel. So
fair. No, the other thing I was going to bring up is because I had recently had it brought up on my YouTube was homebrewing. And I was reminded of, if I want to get anything on my 3DS, I'm gonna have to homebrew it.
Yeah, I tried homebrewing my 3DS specifically for Pokemon, but it didn't work. I can homebrew my 3DS.
Well, see, I have two systems I need to homebrew. One is the 3DS. The other, if I can reach for it, not that, is this.
Oh, the PSP.
My Vita.
Yeah, or Vita.
Vita. Because while yes, the servers are still on for this, and I could still easily buy stuff off the PlayStation, the store. Homebrewing this is a
they
little more
reinstated
convenient.
the store after Backlash.
Well, yeah, because people still used it.
Yeah, because
Like,
PS3.
I actually have a game bought on here. I bought a game on here. I haven't bought another one yet because I haven't had the money. Because I want to get Monster Hunter, the Monster Hunter games for the system. But you can also set these things up. The thing I love about these is you can set them up to play Game Boy games.
This thing is on. What the hell? Why is this on?
Oh, your DS?
Yeah, I just like grabbed it out of my desk and it was on. I was like, why the hell is it on? And why the hell does it have full battery? What the hell? This thing has nearly full battery. You can't really see it.
It's fine. So yeah.
I have Pokemon.
The other thing is, so something I've wanted to do is with my Switch. I have heavily debated on modding it, but I'm like, if I'm gonna mod a Switch, I'm getting my own another one first, because I'm not risking this thing getting bricked.
Which is why I have another one.
Because I'd love to play modded Smash or other modded games that could be hilarious with mods.
Yeah, I mean, like this one was originally modded, but it was modded 3 years ago, and it hadn't been turned on, and it still hasn't been turned on in 4 years.
Damn.
Yeah, and the reason it hasn't been turned on is because
while I do think the Joy-Cons are rather small, I do like the curve they have on the triggers, because they fit nice to your fingers. I just wish they were bigger.
Yeah, it's like this. It's like a similar curve that the 2DS has.
Yeah. Because I will admit,
nice.
using these triggers where they're just round and have no curve to them, they can be a little killer after a while.
Yeah, yeah. Imagine how PlayStation 3 players feel.
PlayStation 3, Vita, like
the two and the original PlayStation, like all those controllers had just the
PS4 and 5 are when they finally added the curve to the triggers.
Yeah,
so that they're more like this.
Yeah, this one it's a little bit more subtle.
This one you can kind of actually see the more pronounced of it.
Yeah. On the DualSense, it's a little subtle. It's a lot more pronounced on the PS4 controller, on the DualShock 4. Yes, I have a DualShock 4.
You have like a controller for everything. Let's be fair.
I know, but but I with how much I've talked about how much I hate the DualShock 4.
You're a collector. You collect controllers. You would kind of be breaking your own thing if you didn't have at least one of them.
That's fair.
Like, you will have. I swear, you will eventually have a collection of every single controller that's existed.
Not necessarily existed, but like at least from like every like major console.
Hell, I'm surprised you don't have an Atari controller.
Yeah, because like, what am I gonna use it for?
That's true.
I have a Saturn controller. It's an arcade stick.
See, that doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me.
I have a Saturn arcade stick that I accidentally bought from Japan. It came with a PS2 arcade stick. So
I remember playing games on the Sega Saturn.
But I mean, like,
no, it was the Genesis. It wasn't the Saturn. It was the Genesis.
Damn. But yeah, there's a legitimate reason why I actually bought a PS4 controller. Is because when what's it called, when Multiverses was really popular, and I was actually playing that competitively.
Oh yeah.
The only tournament that I was able to actually go to that had Multiverses.
Oh yeah, you had to buy it because it was you talked about this before.
Yeah.
It was because it was PS4 only.
Yeah, for singles it was PS4 only.
Yeah, and you found that stupid, and you were like, "Fine, I'll get a controller."
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that story.
Yeah, I ended up buying a PS4 controller, which I had to completely completely tear out the internals and reinstall them, and install new ones. and then completely like change out the triggers and everything. Because when I bought this, it was completely fucked up.
Oof. Yikes.
None of the buttons would work properly. Like it wouldn't charge at
So
all.
you had to completely customize that thing.
Yeah, so, not customize, completely like rebuild it.
Repair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
yeah.
So yeah, like I
So
took out the motherboard, I replaced the batteries, and bought a new
yeah.
motherboard, and now it actually works.
So recently, I found out because I gave my boyfriend a PS4 for free.
Hmm.
So he has a PS4 now, and it also has a Seagate 2 TB hard drive because I told him I'm not giving you a PS4 without a hard drive because those things are fucking terrible with their storage.
Yeah.
And I gave him my old Seagate that I was using with my PS5, but I don't anymore because I found out the 4 TB I bought for my computer works with my PS5. So I now have a 4 TB external hard drive hooked up to my PS5.
Hmm.
But I had to do that because I had to switch the hard drive over to, I think it's DS2 or whatever it is for that these run on
Hmm.
for their games and whatnot. Because the PS4 I was using to give to my boyfriend, it bricked.
Oof.
And I had to reinstall the hardware. So I had to have the hard drive factory reset and put the download they give you from the Sony store on that hard drive, hook it up to the PS4, reinstall everything, make sure it runs fine, which it did. It thankfully did.
Hmm.
And then I just hooked it up to my PS5 and said, fuck it.
I think
And now I have a hard drive.
I think one of like the
It's the
best
first
course
time
of
I've ever had to
actions.
do tech support for myself.
I think one of the
Because
best course of actions
normally the person I go to for tech support is sitting in the call.
is me. Yeah.
It's either Ivan or I go to my stepdad for tech support.
Yeah. Like, the
And
best
it's
course of action
mostly,
should have been to replace the internal hard drive.
yes, I don't have the money to do that.
That's not a difficult thing to do. It's a couple.
No, it's not. It's not difficult. It requires me buying a new hard drive, though, which I don't have.
Internal hard drives are cheaper.
I'm aware. But I already had the Seagate. I
Okay.
already had
Yeah.
the external. I've had the external for like 3 years.
Okay. Fair.
I just figured, I'm like, fuck it, I'll just use the external for now. And when I get like the $100, $200, I can just get a solid state internal hard drive, swap them out, because like you said, it's just pop off a couple screws, pull off the plate, swap the hard drives, and then put everything back together.
Yeah.
It's not hard. It's not like the fucking PS5 over here where you have to fucking... Even then, the PS5 is pretty easy to take apart.
Yeah, but the thing with the PS5 is that you can install an SSD.
Yeah, solid state.
Yeah.
Um,
Or
and that's the
NVMe.
thing.
That's what it's called. NVMe.
Yeah. Because that's the nice thing I do like about Sony consoles is they're easy to take apart.
Yeah.
Unlike Xbox, where you have to sit there fucking constantly pulling out screws, gotta take the entire thing fucking apart to even get to the fucking drive, to swap out the drives.
You have to take out the motherboard in order to even like
With
put it in a
PlayStation,
drive.
it's just, you literally just go...
Yeah, pretty much.
Dumbing it down, you just pop off the plates, pull out the hard drive, put your new one in, pop it back together.
Yeah.
Whereas Xbox, you have to take the whole thing, literally the entire thing apart.
Yeah, it was a lot easier on the Xbox.
The 360.
Yeah, on the 360, because like you can see the hard drive right now. That top part is the hard drive.
And you can just pop it out.
Yeah.
Literally, I've pulled that hard drive out and it's just boop, boop. That's it.
Yeah, and then on the Slim, it's a little bit different, where you.
It's slightly different, but it's about the same.
Yeah, you pull off the side panel and then you just pull it out.
Yep. And then they got the Xbox One, and then they're just like, we're gonna make it really difficult.
Yeah. But the thing is that with the original 260, or well, the original 260 and the Slim, you have to take off the housing for it. in order to
Yeah.
actually replace the hard drive,
Yeah.
which I do plan on doing for this and this.
Yeah.
Because like this thing is like only 250 gigs.
Well, also remember, to be fair to the systems, games were a lot smaller back then.
Oh yeah.
Like, so if you're like a newer gamer and you're used to like the PS5, the Xbox One X, One S, something like that.
Both.
Yeah. If you're used to those and how they have like big old terabyte hard drives installed off the get-go, I think mine's a 2 terabyte because of the fact it's a download system, not a disk system,
Ah.
which I kind of regret doing that, but we'll scoot past that. Um, but my brother has a disc PS5, so there's 2 PS5s in this house.
Damn.
Well, remember, Sony finally did the redistribution of the PS5, so they're
Oh
just
yeah.
everywhere.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
I went down to the video games, etc. here, and they're overstocked. They literally are overstocked. They have too many that they can sell.
Because there's nobody in the. There's nobody there.
Well, there's nobody there, and the market for them got the ones that they wanted.
Yeah.
And also, fuck you, scalpers. You just blowed all your money, and now you have PS5s that now are in stock.
Yeah, because nobody's buying PS5 from scalpers.
Not
Nobody
anymore.
bought.
They don't need to.
Yeah, nobody bought PS5 from scalpers even back in the day.
There are a couple people. Remember,
Yeah,
some people were really desperate for a PS5.
Yeah, some people did, but like most people were just like, nah, I'm gonna wait.
Also, to be fair, most of the people that got the PS5s were content creators, and they were more than likely either given a copy by Sony if they are high enough up there,
Yeah.
or they were able to get it way sooner before the scalpers got them.
Yeah.
I just waited.
Yeah,
I just waited.
I think around like the time Horizon, the new Horizon game, it came out.
Yeah, Forbidden West.
Yeah, that's when they did like the full restock.
Yeah, it was actually Ragnarok. God of War Ragnarok is what did it. Because they did the special God of War Ragnarok bundle, so they had to restock. Because remember, the thing everyone wanted a PS5 for was Final Fantasy VII-R. That was the big seller for when the PS5 originally came out, was 7R.
Right.
And I have 7R. It's fucking amazing. I love 7R. I still need to finish it. So I can go play yeah. I don't like the fact that they're doing episodic, but at the same time, I understand why they have to.
Yeah.
Because 7's already huge, and they're rebuilding the game from the ground up.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to put that all in one game. That thing's going to be like 7-8 terabytes.
Yeah.
To prove my point of how big games are now.
Yeah, freaking.
I'm also exaggerating heavily.
Definitely.
It's more like 7R all in together is probably maybe 2 terabytes from ground up.
No, it's about like.
Well, I mean in finish. Like when the game's fully done, it'll probably be around that size.
When the game is fully done, it's probably gonna be about like 4, maybe 500 gigabytes.
I don't know. 7R alone, I think it's like 300.
It shouldn't be.
Or no, they have it compressed, so it's like I think it's like 80.
The game came out on the PS4.
Yes, but it's also on the PS5.
Yeah, but
the better version.
It originally, because the fact that it originally came out on the PS4.
It's better compressed for the PS4. I think it's.
It should only.
I could look.
It should only be about like maybe 40, 50 gigs.
You might be right.
Yeah, because I have a better understanding of these kinds of things.
I also just play the games. I don't really care for their size.
Yeah, you don't. Well, I do because of the fact that I play on PC, and like I need to look at the size of games in order to see if I am able to download them or not.
Right.
Because although I have a 4 terabyte external hard drive, I don't use it for games. I use it for content.
Yes.
Content storage.
85 gigs.
Huh?
85 gigs for 7R.
Okay. So okay, I was
So
so yeah, I wasn't too far off.
no. Because I just went and put it on my download list. So
That's also
because
plus. That's also plus the DLC.
no, that's just for the game.
Oh,
There are no DLC.
Okay. I thought the DLC
Remember,
came
the
out already.
episodes are all separate. They're all separate games.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Like, so there's 7R. Or okay, there's Intermission. That's a DLC.
Okay, yeah, that. Yeah,
That's the one
that.
you're thinking of.
Yeah, that's what makes. That's what adds the 30 gigs.
Yeah. There's also Integrate, which is about another 2 gigs. So there's Intermission, there's Integrate, there's fucking this
Integrates.
Crisis Core.
Integrates. I think like a whole like addition
I
to
think it's its own.
like a big addition to the story.
It is because it's supposed to be basically disc 2, kind of. Because remember,
Oh, okay, yeah.
because they're doing it so similar to how 7 was broken up into I think 4 discs,
3 discs.
3 discs. They're also doing that with 7R, where they're breaking it up into different games, to some people's annoyance, because that means they have to drop even more money on the game.
Yeah. They
But honestly, I'm fine with it because it's a lot of resources they're having to put into these to remake these games.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
honestly, what they should have done is just like the GTA tactic of like release the original game, and then all the DLC, and then have the expansion stuff all DLC for free, because that
yeah,
makes more sense. Because
yeah,
because
but at
when
the same time, this also has taken them, because remember, we originally saw 7R's first ever trailer back in 2000.
14
Yeah,
or no,
and we did
yeah
14. I think it was at one of the. I would think it was at their convention.
it was at E3.
Yeah, E3, and it took 8 years. No, 8 years before we even got to see the game.
Yeah.
Because, well, at the time there was no system that could handle it.
Uh, the,
Because I think we were still with. I don't even think the PS4 came out yet.
no, the 4 came out. The Pro didn't.
Yeah, which the Pro can handle 7R.
Yeah.
The normal PlayStation struggles, but can do it.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I wish they hadn't done with Cyberpunk, is just leave that on PS5, because that thing was so bad because of them trying to force it on the PS4 and the Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
It was very clear, because I played it. It was very clear this was not a game meant to be played on old consoles.
There's a system update. What the hell?
Wait, for the 3DS?
For the 3DS, I was about to, I realized I put it away and forgot to turn it off, so I should probably turn it off. I opened it up. System update. Okay.
All right.
The system update is. Forget just okay. You can't see that. It's kind
Oh,
of
I almost could.
It's kind of hard to see. Yeah, this thing had a freaking system update.
My food is ready. Because I thought we'd be done by now.
We should have been, but I fucked up.
Yeah. Well, we started re-recording, what, at 6:30? 6:20?
For me, it was like 8.
Okay.
For you, it was like 7.
I'm saying, I don't know if it was quite 7. I know we were like, it was like 20 till or almost.
Something like that. I don't know. It's been an hour and a half.
It's been almost 2.5 hours. Because we started this call, 2 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago.
Yeah.
And we started recording, the first recording, at like 5:30.
Yeah.
And we had to redo it at the hour mark.
Yeah, 55 minutes.
So we're about at the hour mark again.
No, we're an hour and a half in.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, we are.
So we've been rambling again.
I mean, like, we went off on so many long ass tangents.
To be fair, that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
So I should probably do the outro since that's my responsibility.
Yes, it is.
Which I'm fine with. So, all right. So hopefully with no more technical issues, we can finally call it a good day. So
Yeah.
thank you if you guys have stuck around until the end of this podcast. That has been very inconsistent. So I want to say thank you guys if you're still watching, and we should have hopefully better luck next recording.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm Brittany.
I'm Ivan.
And thank you guys for tuning in to Flag Nerds, and we will catch you guys next time.